Okay, I'm here with the guys from SMAC, and we're talking about a game that caught our eye recently when it was announced. It's Tokyo 42, very distinctive style, and a lot of buzzwords floating about it. But what I'd like to do, rather than start talking about games that it's like, I want you to tell me about it. So, who wants to field the first question? Come on, one of you, man up.
Tokyo 42 is an isometric action shooter game. It's at the moment it's an open world sort of exploration and combat game. Carry on.
Tactics, AI tactics in an open world environment. We're kind of taking it as we describe it as a mix between a lot of things that we love. One of our starting points was Where's Wally? But what we wanted to do was take a sniper rifle and get involved. So not just find Wally, but
blow his head off.
Maybe shoot him. Not so viciously, no. But Wally in this scenario is a bad guy that you have to seek out.
Touch him gently with a bullet. It's not really hurt him that much.
So yeah, that was like a real starting point. Is those kind of old super detailed books like Where's Wally and this other design a group called E-Boy and games like Syndicate. We wanted to get into those worlds and do like really intricate combat and interaction, and with the new technologies that we got, Unity and the physics that we've got access to, like get involved in that world and interact with it and like become a part of it. Yeah. So.
Well, the world itself is one of the most eye-catching things about a game. You've done some lovely design work there. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I mean, I'm a big fan, and Maciek's kind of heading up the whole thing, but. I think what's really striking about the game is its kind of cleanliness, and that's something that we're trying to carry through as a theme, because we've got this sort of undertone of a criminal, cyberpunk corruption kind of world, but we want it, noir kind of style stuff, but we want to approach it from a different angle that most other things have done it before, where it's been dark and depressing. We want to show that corruption can be also in a light place, in a beautiful light.
So in these future that we see, like in Blade Runner and Satellite Rain and Syndicate, it's always set at night. But what happens by day? It's not like there isn't daytime in Tokyo. So that's where we're kind of starting. We're trying to step away and trying to approach it from a slightly different, lighter, more colorful angle. Because actually, sometimes, if you look at characters around the world, it's often the orange, blonde-haired ones that are scarier, than the ones who are wearing the dark coats. So.
So tell us about the gameplay itself. Players will be controlling one character, and then you are building up that character using RPG stuff. Is that how it works?
The progression itself is going to be mostly based around the kind of equipment that you accrue, and we've got plans to maybe do some cybernetic enhancements that you can purchase as you go throughout the game. In terms of an RPG style thing, we're not really going to do leveling up or anything like that. It's going to be more how your arsenal expands, and we've got some really good ideas with some really funky physics-based weaponry and cool things that you can use to find enemies and protect yourself and that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, one of the things that's important about this game is that we've got very kind of responsive AI that's very unpredictable, and we can't really control our own levels in a lot of respects. So that, in combination with the fact that the world is quite crafted, what actually happens in terms of the progression, you get your tools, and yes, you might sort of get a jetpack or something to allow you to access stuff, or you'll figure out how to jump onto cars or whatever to get to transition around. What you end up doing is learning how to use the space and the tools you have in ever more kind of complex ways. So it's a game that, whilst there's a lot to explore and things to find, and you get on a bike and drive off into to the sunset, you also start doing levels in the same place, and you'll start learning new ways of doing it. So to begin with, you might be sneaking through something, but later on, you might be kind of attacking from above, doing sniper shots as you come down, and then pulling out your rocket launcher, and so kind of the whole space kind of changes as you progress through the game. Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me about the soundtrack then.
We've got a very good friend who's doing it. He's not actually here in London. He's working out of Cape Town at the moment. His name is Vincent Espy. He's an absolute genius. I've known him pretty much my whole life, and he's an excellent dude to work with. He's currently just getting really his teeth into the game itself. He's done quite a lot of the audio design, like sound effects and whatever, but he's sketching out some really cool mood stuff at the moment as well.
Okay, so how far along into the development of you? What's the plan? I understand that you've just signed up with Mode 7. This is the first game that they've published. What's the kind of the plan looking forward?
Well, we're going to do all the core stuff this year, and that's going to be sorted out. So we're looking for a Q1 release next year, and we personally want to keep it tight. And a lot of our design decisions and gameplay decisions have been around feasibility, because there is a risk with a small game that you kind of bloat it out and sort of unsuspectingly fall into these infinite traps where you end up working on this thing for 5 years or 4 years, and eventually people hear about it again and they're like, oh yeah, I sort of remember that. We want to get this out tight, right. We're cutting features and making sure that it's tight. And get it done by the end of the year, but then launch next year. Yeah. So.
Thank you very much for your time. We can't wait to play the game.
Just last thing, we've been very fortunate in having picked up Mode 7. So they kind of saw our game and they kind of liked it, and they've been acting as our publisher. But they've been doing a lot more than that. They've been kind of giving us guidance because they've kind of been around the sort of the industry for a bit longer than we have. So they've just been like a massive help throughout. And actually, Paul edited our trailer, so we don't really do that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that they're doing actually to drive the game forward. So just big props and thanks to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Ian and Paul really totally helped every step of the way with like game decisions and like functionality stuff, and obviously giving us really helpful feedback, and couldn't have been done without them at all in any respect.
So it's a happy marriage.
Yes. Yeah, it's not this sort of like, publisher sort of thing.
Excellent, I'm glad to hear it. Well, yeah, as I say, we look forward to playing the game some more. I'm sure you'll see plenty of it on Gamereactor soon. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers, man. Thank you so much.